Nityanandam. So this is Nitya Mahajayananda.
I'm Nitya Chandrika and I.
And before we begin, we will be getting Swamiji's blessings and saying the Guru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Yanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sharisham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. I actually have some exciting news. So, Chandrika is very popular with our viewers. And, because she's so popular, we actually gave her like a permanent time slot, and it's going to be called Chai with Chandrika. And actually, we have our Swamiji mugs where we're going to be like sipping chai
while talking.
Yeah, while talking. So, actually, today's topic that we want to talk about is called the Avatar Shastra.
Beautiful book here by our beloved Swamiji, Paramahansa Nityananda. And so today we wanted to read some of this book to you because we find it just absolutely a treasure.
Mm-hmm. And we also have a very, very special guest featuring in this episode with Chai with Chandrika. And actually, I'm like the first person, right? Yes, I'm the first person that is on her very first show of Chai with Chandrika.
It is an honor to be with you here today.
Yeah, it's an honor to be with you.
Because we go way back, actually.
Yeah, we do.
It was July of 2016?
Yes.
We met for the first time.
Yes.
And we joined
Ananda Yoga.
Ananda Yoga, yes.
Yes. And actually we've seen each other transform so much.
Yes. It is a beautiful process here of empowering ourselves to becoming these beautiful, divine, enlightened beings is what we're eventually going to head to enlightenment. That's the goal here.
But the special guest that I was talking about is not me.
Of course not.
Yeah, okay,
of course not. Let's get to the real
yes.
Okay. yes. This is very exciting, actually.
Yeah, okay. So, Chandrika, why don't you start? Let's tell us about the topics that we picked in Avatar Shastra.
Okay, so we actually picked Prana Pratishtha.
Mm-hmm.
So that is breathing life into matter. So this chapter right here. And the other one we wanted to talk about was Third Eye Awakening. So this, opening the Cosmic Command Center. Right here. And so, the reason why we have a special guest today is because this Prana Pratishtha is a very special process of, like it says, breathing life into matter.
Yes.
So when you see a beautiful Hindu statue and you think, oh, well, gosh, it's so beautiful, but, why are we praying to this? I don't understand. It's a stone and it's in the shape of a beautiful divine being. Well, what's so special about praying to this stone, supposedly?
Okay.
Well, it's not just stone.
Yes, it's not.
Swamiji himself literally does this breathing of life into the matter, which is the deity, the stone carving of this divine being.
Yes.
And specifically today, should we?
Yes, so let us reveal the special guest. So the special guest that is going to come in for Chai with Chandrika the very first time in her very first episode is Baby Ganesha! So let me tell you a little bit more about Ganesha. Actually, this Ganesha was a gift to me during one of the Arangetrams that I attended. So if you're not familiar with Arangetram is a dance debut specifically for Bharatanatyam dancers. So, when I got this baby Ganesha, I just fell in love with him.
How could you not? He's so cute.
Yeah, look at him. Oh! And actually, he's way more popular than I am. Actually, they know me as the girl that has Ganesha. So, you know, like the little Balasan children, they're like, oh, you know, they're like, Mahajaya, Mahajaya. And I'm like, oh my God, they know my name. And then they're like, oh, where's Ganesha? And I'm like, oh, that's why they know my name.
You're popular through him, of course.
Yes, absolutely.
I even myself have asked to sit through a beautiful satsang with Swamiji, where Swamiji has a wonderful lecture, and I've asked to have him on my lap, and it was a beautiful satsang for sure.
Yeah.
Having Ganesha as my little buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, like, I do everything with him. Like, you know, he sleeps on a pillow next to me.
Oh my gosh, I've seen it. Yes, it's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah,
even with a little blankie sometimes when it's cold.
Yeah, like on my desk, he even has a bowl where, like, you know, I'll put some food for him as well. So, like, you know, he gets some snacks. Like, I literally do everything as if he's, like, you know,
Real,
alive. And
right?
he is. And he actually watches satsang with me as well. So, like, you know, after puja, like, you know, I put him on the desk, or I put him on a mat on the floor, so that he can also watch satsang with us, you know, and watch Swamiji as well.
And so what's so cool about this, you know, breathing the life into matter is now we can, you know, because Ganesha really is like formless, right?
Yeah.
But
Oh, no. Okay.
but here on this earth, you know, because we are in the human form, we can relate to something that that also has a form. So, you know, there's obviously a beautiful story behind Ganesha. He is the obstacle remover,
Yeah.
and he is also spontaneous completion.
Yes. Spontaneous completer.
Yeah. So basically, so in relating to him through this form, we can have so much fun with him. Like you said,
Yeah.
feeding him and watching satsang with him, putting him to bed at night. These are all the beautiful ways that we can relate to Ganesha.
So actually, you know, one thing, you know, like actually when, you know, Swamiji gave Ganesha Prana Pratishtha, he wasn't even here physically. So this was during fall 2016, and this was during a Kalpataru program of Swamiji's, where I went up and I had asked for, like, you know, certain deities in my house, and for a friend that I had met in Sri Lanka, for their deities to be Prana Pratishtha. So I had asked Swamiji to entangle, you know, these deities with Ganesha being one of them,
Yes.
Buddha, like, you know, with a friend in Sri Lanka, and also my mom and dad's main Krishna and Radha deities in the house. So this poor little guy was in like a showcase, like for a couple of months before I went back to New York to
Was he
go.
ignored?
No, actually, you know, I told my grandmother to, you know, take him out at the time, and she did. She took him out, and, you know, she was, like, you know, she didn't do puja, but, like, you know, she was giving him a little bit of attention.
Oh, good.
So he wasn't too lonely.
Okay.
Yeah, but it did, like, take, like, maybe, like, a couple of months before my grandmother took him out. So it was a month before, like, it was, like, a month or so that she had taken him out, that I went back in December to, like, you know, come get him, and then, you know, come again in Bidadi to start Nityananda Yoga.
Beautiful.
And actually, so yeah, so when I had asked Swamiji to entangle Ganesha, my baby Ganesha, it was so cool because all he did, because he's an avatar, he could entangle with any deity from anywhere, you know, and all he did was he just looked up and he was like, done.
It's that simple, right?
Yeah, it's really, like, you know, it's that simple, you know, no ritual, no nothing, because he's the avatar.
Yes.
And, you know, if you're new to this channel and don't know what an avatar is,
yes.
an avatar is an incarnation of super consciousness. It's when the cosmos itself descends in human form.
Right. Again, the same kind of idea where we relate to form because we
Yeah.
are in this body,
Yes.
which is a form.
Yes.
It's hard to, like, let's say, you know, we think of God, right? And
Yeah.
we just think of him as maybe energy or light or something like that. And, you know, we can have a conversation with them, but when we have someone like right in front of me, like you, right here,
Yeah.
how easy it is for us to have this beautiful conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I can hug you, I can touch you, you're
Yeah.
real, you're right
Yeah.
there, right? You're
Yeah.
real in this realm anyways.
Yeah.
And, you know, but how we can relate anyways.
Yeah.
And so when you know, an avatar, when God comes down in human form, which is an avatar, that is so much easier for us to relate to God. You know, but the problem is, don't forget that he is God and think that he's human. So
Yes.
there's another thing.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
So, you know, why do deity worship? So, you know, a lot of people are like, if God is everywhere and he's formless, why do you guys do deity worship? That's actually a very valid question.
Right.
And so we'll explain.
We'll give you the context.
Exactly. So, yes, God is formless. That is the ultimate state. That is actually where everyone comes down from. Me, Chandrika, Baby Ganesha, Swamiji, Krishna, like Jesus, they all come down from this Brahman, this formlessness form of God.
Right.
Okay, so but the thing is, we cannot, conceptualize this formlessness form of God.
Yeah.
And yes, the people say everything, everything is God, and in everything there is God. Absolutely, that is true. But can you really see someone who you dislike as God, because they are God too?
Yeah, there's
and
another one.
also, can you go and worship a toilet? Because technically, that is a consciousness, and that's also God.
Technically, right?
Yeah, technically. So no, you can't do that. And if you say yes, you're just a hypocrite. It's true. It's true. So, what this does for you when you do deity worship, it's not like you're worshiping the deity, like, praying to the stone or the figure. No, you're praying through this figure to the formlessness form of God, which is like, where this energy really comes from,
Yes.
Baby Ganesha is actually an infinite form. It's one of the many forms that God has. And, God has infinite forms just so that he can make you more comfortable. And some people don't do deity worship, and that's fine. Some people worship nature. And actually, there's a banyan tree over here that is literally like, the centerpiece of Vidadi Ashram.
Yes, exactly.
And so, like, it's okay if you don't see, like, deities, like maybe nature, or like even a stone, like a Atmalinga, like this.
Yes.
See? Like anything, anything that holds significance, that holds remembrance. Like, for example, actually wearing the cross, that's actually like deity worship as well. And you may be like, no, it's not, it's just a symbol. But actually that symbol holds lots of meanings to you.
Absolutely.
And, it holds not only like like feelings of deep connection, but a familiarity, or like, your connection to Jesus and your connection to God. Because the thing is, why a cross? You know what I mean? Like, it could have been any symbol, but no, you chose a cross for remembrance of God. So that's how you relate to God.
Exactly.
And even in in Islam, Kaaba. So the Kaaba is like a black box, and outside there is a stone. Actually, the stone is, they touch it and they pray to it, and it's exactly like a Shiva Linga. Maybe not in this form, but it's another stone. Mm-hmm. So that's also a form of worshiping a symbol, so that you can worship to God. You know what I mean? You're worshiping through this symbol to God.
I just thought of a really good example, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, say there's someone you really love, respect, whatever, right? And you invite them to your home. Mm-hmm. What do? When you invite them to your home? You offer them, maybe a drink, maybe a glass of water.
Yes.
You offer them some food. Maybe they're hungry.
Yes.
You might even have a gift for them, maybe some flowers.
Yes.
Something to welcome them. There's many, many things that you might offer. So basically, how this is related to this is, okay, we love and respect and whatever the beautiful Ganesha here, right?
Oh, I love her so much.
We would do the same thing, and we would offer flowers. We would offer maybe a drink or a fruit or this or that. And what this actually is puja.
Yes.
This is puja. There's sacred mantras that you chant while offering these special items.
And puja, it helps us. It helps us imbibe cosmic energy. When we do puja, actually, Swamiji doesn't need us to do puja to him. You know what? He's already enlightened. He's the avatar for crying out loud.
Yes.
But he always emphasizes to do puja, to do morning routine, to do yoga.
Right.
Why? Because to help us. Yoga
for us.
helps us aligned to cosmic geometry, which means that we are imbibing cosmic energy during that period, during that hour. Next is panchakriya and detoxification of the body, so that our body is pure and clean to take in that energy when we do puja. Puja, when we are doing it, we are literally getting so much cosmic energy because we are feeling connection with God.
So yeah, so even during puja, you know, we even say a declaration that even when I worship, I am Him.
Meaning that, you know, I am God. Even though we worship God, I am God.
Yes.
Because, you know, everything that and everybody comes from that formlessness form of God.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and also in the beginning, we also make our declarations of the fact that this offering is to the cosmic source of energy. So really, it's the highest of the high that we're offering this to. So cute! Oh my God, so cute!
He's like
Stop
that.
So yeah, so it's just a beautiful way to connect with the highest self and and cosmos and everything that is existing.
And actually, I want to share an experience with you. So we were actually in Swamiji's courtyard, and this was during when we were doing our social media outreach. You know, like doing YouTube videos, writing, like posts and stuff like that. And actually, when I was, a little bit away from Ganesha, so I had actually put Ganesha down with the Navagrahas. So the Navagrahas in Swamiji's courtyards are the 9 planets. And when I was doing my outreach, I was working, so I was like, you know what? Let me put Ganesha down with the Navagrahas because so that he can enjoy himself, play with them, do his thing. And so I had put him down with the Navagrahas and then moved to the other side of the courtyard to do the social media outreach. And so when I did that, oh my God, I had my eyes open. It wasn't even like I was falling asleep. I was wide awake, and suddenly this vision of baby Ganesha comes, and it's a real life vision of a baby Ganesha, and he was so beautiful. He was milky white. He even had these little markings on his nose. He had big brown eyes, and it was amazing. I couldn't believe I got darshan of baby Ganesha. It was, oh my God, it was beautiful.
We should have brought a little picture of baby Ganesha. You have to Google it. It's so cute. Just the cutest thing ever.
Yeah, so he just showed himself to me. He didn't have to, but he did, and I was just so grateful that he did do that.
Aww.
Because I really do love him so much.
I know. Yeah. I see the way you you just
actually
him.
It's really hilarious because whenever we do puja, if one of the bowls has more food, I give that to baby Ganesha.
He's got a big appetite, okay?
Yeah, he's just a baby, so he's always growing.
Expanding, as we do here.
Yes. So actually, baby Ganesha will be moving on to the next topic. So everybody say bye to baby Ganesha.
Did you want me to read something first before we move on?
Oh, actually, yeah. Why don't we give you the Shastra Pramana of Prana Pratishtha so that you understand exactly what happens when Swamiji energizes deity so that deity becomes alive. So anything that you say to Ganesha or you wish for to Ganesha, he actually hears you.
He actually hears.
Yes. Yeah, and he sees and everything that you do for him, or any deity that you do Prana Pratishtha to, they see what you do to them, and that's why they give you their blessings.
Yes. Beautiful way to connect up.
Okay.
All right. So, energy, the stuff that our universe is made of. We breathe, live, and move in a heavying ocean of energy. So, heaving ocean of energy. So, every sign of existence in the universe, from the throbbing of life in our bodies to the mighty cosmic forces that roll the galaxies, is nothing but the movement of energy. Seen through the eyes of the physicists, planets, plants, and people are just energy vibrating at different frequencies. All we are, reality is energy. All we are really is energy. And yet, we are also the wonder of form. Forms brings beauty and romance into our lives.
Aww.
So beautiful.
Yes.
Man has always been fascinated by the delightful play of color, size, and shape that creates our lovely universe. The extraordinary richness of creation reveals to us that God is indeed an artist, and that is so true. So many times we can look at nature and just be like, wow, or even a painted sky. You know what I mean? Like how you say that, right? And that comes from we have this idea that wow, God is a beautiful artist. Look at His creation. So just as the rainbow reveals to us the colors hidden in pure light, the innumerable forms of the world reveal to our eyes the existence of the formless Lord. The ancient cultures of the world were by nature pantheistic, worshipping the Creator through His creation. In the legendary Vedic civilization of India, everything in the world was considered sacred, a spark of the flame of the divine. Trees, mountains, and animals were equally revered as expressions of the divine, as were the forces of nature like wind and water. So we just talked about how some people, relate to God through nature.
Yes.
So this is exactly what this is talking about.
Exactly. So that's just a little excerpt from the chapter of Prana Pradishta from the Avatar Shastra. And actually this whole book explains what an avatar is and how he happened and why he happened.
Right, exactly.
And an avatar, like we have said before, is the incarnation of super consciousness where the cosmos itself comes down in human form. And the reason an avatar happens is so that he can give us enlightenment. So isn't that so sweet?
We are truly blessed, honestly.
Yes. If you are seeing this, maybe for the first time or maybe numerous times, and if you haven't done Inner Awakening or if you haven't done any program of Swamiji's, we invite you. Actually, there's going to be a program in a couple of days.
Yeah.
It's called Yogitwa, and it's going to start from September 11th to all the way to October 1st. It's a 21-day program, and it's all about, getting that yogic body so that you are ready for that power of enlightenment.
Exactly.
And the best part of it is, other than, the amazing feast, the vegetarian feast, the amazing yoga, including Shiva Stamba and Kundalini Raju, which is pole yoga and rope yoga respectively. And with initiation with Swamiji, oh my God, that's gonna be amazing.
That's the real.
Yeah, that's the real.
Kicker there.
Yeah, kicker, because no other yoga program has an avatar initiating them to be. Teachers of yoga, to be certified to teach Shiva Stamba and Kundalini Raju, and not only that, but awakening their third eye and Kundalini Shakti.
Right.
Oh, and the best part of it is, that it's only $500 US.
Yes.
For this whole 21-day program.
Yeah, try feeding yourself for 21 days for only $500 and making sure it's all organic, non-GMO, vegetarian, delicious meals, right?
Yes.
Good luck. So, but no, really, the best part actually is the fact that Swamiji is here giving us that energy of enlightenment and thrusting this pushing us through our path of our journey of enlightenment. And through yoga, he's doing this. It's a beautiful program.
Yes, absolutely. If we highly recommend that you come to one of Swamiji's programs because it's a must. Because an avatar has happened after thousands and thousands and thousands of years, and he's doing things that no one else can do. How do we know that he's real? It's because he's giving us that experience of third eye awakening. He's giving us that experience of Kundalini Shakti awakening. He's giving us that experience of superpowers.
Yes.
And ending on superpowers, we actually have another amazing topic to talk about in this hour with Chai with Chandrika.
You're gonna make me tell my story, okay?
Yes, absolutely. So why don't we go to the next chapter? Oh, and it's time for baby Ganesha to say goodbye. So say goodbye, everyone.
Do you have your watch?
let me take a
Oh,
sip
wait.
of my chai
So
here.
important, right? Almost forgot. One of the beautiful gifts that we got in Nityananda Yoga.
Yes.
Got so many gifts. Okay, so third eye awakening.
Which is what Swamiji is reviving, you know, along with cool things like Prana Pratishtha and like, oh, it's so amazing.
So many things, but so for this, you know, actually yoga, you know, helps prepare us so that
Yes.
we can express these powers beautifully.
Yeah.
So it's really getting our bodies ready for this energy that Swamiji is showering us with so beautifully. So, yeah, opening the cosmic command center, third eye. So, so I guess, okay, do you want me to start with the story? Or
No, why don't you read like an excerpt from the book, give them the Shastra Pramana, and then, you know, so Chandrika, excuse me, Chandrika had a breakthrough that she is going to share, and it's been amazing, so so start with the Shastra Pramana. The Shastra Pramana is the original source. So we're going to give you the original source about third eye awakening, and then Chandrika is going to be talking about her Shakshi Pramana, which is her own experience of third eye awakening.
Okay. All right, so let's get started. So, the ancient Vedic tradition gave the name, am I saying this right, Anya? Or
Anya.
Anya. Okay.
Anya.
Anya chakra. So there. The sixth chakra. So to the third eye. So in yogic literature, it is described as a subtle center of consciousness in the region between the eyebrows. So the word Anya means command. The practice of meditation allows it to become the command center for the being. So a command center. So who receives instruction from Shiva himself. So Shiva, avatar here, coming down in human form. So it is also known as the command center because once this chakra is activated, it gives the individual power of clairvoyance and the ability to control and influence the forces of nature, as well as his own lower disposition. So we really empower ourselves when we get initiated into third eye awakening.
And actually, you know, there are some people that had third eye experiences, and because of their wrong cognition of, you know, what, you know, that third eye experience gave them, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, they don't have that culture of third eye like Hindus do. So if you have had a spontaneous third eye awakening and it was a bad experience for you, know that, you know, it was because of the wrong cognition that you held. You didn't know what was going on. You know, you were frightened. So when you actually have someone like Swamiji, an avatar, you know, awaken the third eye, it's so safe, and you know, you don't see any like, you know, any like dark worlds or images or any ghosts or anything like that. No, your third eye is super consciousness itself. It is the door to the cosmos, and it gives you darshan to God. And darshan is experience, if you know, in Sanskrit, but it's more than just an experience. It's literally like something so amazing. So you know, if you know a person who has had like a spontaneous third eye awakening, or like, you know, have had these experience of like supernatural stuff, and that they don't know how, like, you know, what they're seeing, have them come to Swamiji. He will definitely just with one touch like realign that whole thing so that their third eye works for the highest good for them, because literally your third eye is what makes you God and what makes you divine. And anyone who tells you not to have your third eye open, know very clearly that they just want to make you their slave.
Yeah.
Because
they don't want to empower you.
Exactly. Because why? Because third eye is the seat of your will. It means that whatever you will, whatever you want, whatever you desire, you will have it.
Exactly. So yeah, a lot of people have a bad experience with drugs, and they can have these crazy experiences where, you know, they get scared and they see these dark, ugly things or whatever, or maybe they have a good experience, but they freak out because they're just not ready to handle this energy. Their bodies aren't ready for it. Like, we have to really prepare ourselves here as far as our diet, vegetarian and organic, not putting any toxins in our bodies, doing this yoga, making our bodies strong. And so when these people kind of like cheat with these drugs, and try to have this cool experience, it can really actually harm them quite a bit. And so this way of doing it, where we prepare our bodies for this energy, and Swamiji is here to guide us every step of the way and make sure it's a fully safe thing. We have nothing to worry about. We can just play and have fun.
No, actually, it's not even like drugs, because I've actually know about people who they're not on drugs, but they still have like these visions, because they have like the spontaneous third eye awakening. And but when you're in the presence of Swamiji, and when Swamiji opens your third eye, he makes sure that it's in the safest way possible, so that you express Shaktis of SadaShiva, Shaktis of the divine, which are superpowers, which are spiritual superpowers.
Yes. So, and they don't distract from enlightenment. They actually.
Yes, actually, because they come from the space of enlightenment. Every time you manifest and express these Shaktis, you ultimately become enlightened.
Yes. So it's actually really helping us a lot to raise ourselves and empower ourselves.
Yes. And yes, and this is something that has never before happened, and the last time it has happened was hundreds of thousands of years ago, where there was a Vedic civilization all over the world. And if you notice, you'll see some the pyramids, some pyramids in Mexico look very alike to some of the temples in South India, which looks a lot alike the other temples everywhere.
The Mayan,
because there was a global Vedic civilization thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, where 70% of the people were enlightened and 30% were working on their enlightenment. And but throughout the years, the context got lost, and so that's why.
The Dark Ages.
Yeah, this civilization actually is the Dark Ages, because they don't have their third eye open. But Swamiji is changing that so that we all can have our third eye open. He said that he's gonna make third eye awakening as normal as having an iPhone, more normal than having an iPhone.
That's exciting. Let me tell you.
Yes, that is.
Actually, when you have these powers, it's like technology. It's almost going to be obsolete in the sense that you want to talk to somebody, you can just telepathically speak to them. Why pick up a cell phone, dial a number, wait for it to ring, wait for somebody to answer, hope they answer. You know what I mean? It's makes it so we are the iPhone. We are we are this gadget, but we're so powerful,
And Swamiji, not only is he bringing back these Vedic sciences, what the most important thing that he's bringing back is the context of them. It's why we do the things we do, why we wear saris, why we eat with our hands. Everything has a special reason. Why we do detoxification in the morning, or why we do yoga. Yoga, is bending your body to cosmic geometry, so that you can hold that enlightenment energy. If Swamiji just gives enlightenment to someone who is not ready, they will leave the body. That's not they'll literally leave the body, because their body won't be able to handle that type of energy.
Exactly. So
let's get to Chandrika's experience.
Oh, okay. Are we ready for that? Okay.
Yes, we're ready for that. So tell us, Chandrika, what happened with power manifestation, and exactly where you were, and
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead.
So basically.
And the ocean of process.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
That was last night. Oh my
Yeah. Okay. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Tell.
Okay. And throw anything in that you want to.
Okay. Cool.
But so you've known me from basically almost the beginning.
Well, technically, we've known each other for 70 years, because a year in Swamiji's presence is the equivalent to 70 years in the outside world.
Yeah, so actually we known each other more than that even, because let's see, July of 2016, and what is it, September now? So
oh my God, over a year now, wow.
So we've seen each other and our transformation, and I remember in Ananda Yoga, we would stay up till 2, 3 in the morning.
Yes.
Because we were so excited when
manifesting powers.
Yeah,
oh my God,
was,
yes. I wanted to do that so badly.
Right, yeah, Bible reading was like kind of like new to us at that point. Like we had heard about it before and all this stuff, but we really wanted to practice it, you know, to really spend some time with it. So instead of, you know, thinking of, oh, I'm tired and I want to go to bed and all this stuff, we were like so pumped. We're like, we're gonna stay up and do. Ah, we're back. Sorry for the technical glitch.
Yes, I'm gonna sip my tea.
Yes, yes, of course. Nice. So, okay. So basically,
we were in Ananda Yoga, manifesting powers.
Right. And, you know, I had quite a few breakthroughs there. You know, I was able to, I had to see, even if I got things right, I was like, I was doubting. I was like, no, I had so much like, oh gosh, you know, I think I saw this, but I don't know, like, you know, because it was like, this whole manifesting powers thing was very exciting, but, you know, I was still stuck in the thought of, well, I'm just human, I can't do this. Maybe you could do this, maybe someone else can do this. I know he can do it. But me, I don't know, like, so I had a lot of self-doubt, honestly, to be very, very honest. Although I was enjoying myself, and it was really fun, and when I did get it right, it was very exciting. But I tend to be one of those people who, I would always, looking back actually, I would always remember the parts where I, you know, struggled, maybe didn't say anything, maybe, you know, the self-doubt was so much that it was just blocking my even ability to even do it. I was blocking myself, really. And so it's been quite a roller coaster ride for me, and it's all my own fault, of course, because I just have to drop that self-doubt and sometimes just dive in there. And so that brings me to my story. So, you know, I have been able to you know, express the power Swamiji has, you know, opened my third eye, and I have done things like body scanning, remote viewing, third eye blindfold reading, and a bunch of other things. But I still, like I said, would always think of the times where I struggled, instead of remembering all those times I did so well, and I was so amazed. And so that's the, you know, the typical negative thought currents that, you know, us humans tend to have, right?
Why don't you tell them about the Oshita process and, like, you know, where you were before in power manifesting, and after the process, where you were after, and explain, like, what Oshita is.
So Oshita is, it's a special, like, mixture. He puts like turmeric and a bunch of other things, vibhuti and things like that.
Yeah, it's not only turmeric or vibhuti. So Oshita is a mixture of natural Ayurvedic herbs, which can include betel leaves, turmeric, anything that's natural, natural herbs, you know. Not marijuana, by the way, if that's what you're thinking, and no drugs at all. These are all natural Ayurvedic herbs where Swamiji infuses cosmic energy to them and then gives them to us to either put on our skin or ingest them.
Yes, right. So there's many different forms and types and ways he does it. So, so last night we had a process which was amazing. So before this, so, you know, I love to make phone calls, and I love to, as you can tell, I love to talk, which wasn't like me before, which is actually in itself a breakthrough. So, yeah, I love to tell people about, you know, how much fun I'm having here, the programs that are going on here, talk about Swamiji, and so many different experiences. And so, yeah, I make these phone calls and enrich people. And, you know, I always avoided one thing, though, on the call. And that was manifesting powers. I avoided it like the plague. I really did. I was like, oh gosh, you know, being put on the spot like that, and like, oh my gosh, how am I going to? What if, you know, one of those doubts comes up, and then I don't see anything, or what happens, you know? And so I would always try not to do it, right? You know.
Okay.
And so. Today, oddly enough, I'm on the phone, and you know, I'm having a wonderful conversation, and you know, I'm about to hang up. I'm, you know, about to finish up, and he says to me, well, you know, because we're talking about manifesting powers and how fun it is and how great it is to be here and all that, and he said, well, why don't you do a remote viewing, and why don't you tell me about my house? Oh, I almost didn't know what to say. I was speechless. I was like, choking up. freaking out. My heart starts pounding. I start sweating. You know, I get these pinpricks in the back of my head. I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna make me do this. Oh my gosh, you know. But, you know, I have the choice to say yes or no. But the point is I actually said yes. Maybe not as confidently as I would have, but I was like, okay, well, you know.
I'm just imagining Chandrika doing that, and that's so like her. She would do that.
It's so me, right? So yeah, I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, I have done it a few times, and I have been successful a few times, but this is one of the ones that I'm not the best at, and you know, like, I'm like, okay, wait, I'm gonna drop that. I even told the guy, I said, you know, actually, this is a perfect opportunity for me to drop that at Swamiji's feet, and let's just see what happens here. And not just see what happens, but I'm gonna do this. You know, I'm gonna let Swamiji flow through me. So I start with the Sakura Vandanam, invoke Swamiji, and feel Swamiji with me. I like to visualize me putting my head on Swamiji's shoulder, just an absolute, you know, ecstasy and bliss. And so yeah, I'm in that peaceful state, still freaking out a little bit. I won't even deny, but I was like, okay. I just continually drop it. Every time it comes up, that scary feeling, drop it. And so I actually saw one thing. I saw his door, the entrance to his house, and I said, oh, I see. You know, it's like one of those metal gates, like one of those security doors. You know, that you have your regular door, but then over it you have like a security door. And you know, many people don't have that. I mean, in fact, my parents don't have that. And said, you know, some people do have that. So I was just like, oh gosh, you know, this guy's in Australia. How the heck am I supposed to know if they even have security doors back there? I mean, I don't know, maybe it's a safe part of town. They don't even need that kind of stuff. But he's like, yeah. And I was like, whoa, cool. I was very excited. I was like, even with all this pressure, I was still able to do it. I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, okay, cool. I'm off the hook. I can hang up now, right? I was like, ready to go. Okay, gotta go. And he's like, oh, wait. He's like, keep going. I'm like, what? I have to keep going. What? Oh, okay. All right. That's it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, just drop it again. Perfect excuse to keep going. Using that will persistence, right? Yeah. So again, kept dropping it, and then so the next thing I saw was his garage and how it was to the right side of his front entrance, and I saw the driveway and everything. So I described all that, and I was like, I was having this doubt. I even told the guy, I was like, well, gosh, I mean, this sounds a lot like my parents' house. Maybe this isn't right, but I'll just say it anyways. This is what I'm seeing, and he's like, yeah, that's exactly right. And I'm like, so cool. And then the last one, and then actually, I wanted to get off the phone really fast. I was like, 2 for 2, let's not like chance it anymore, right? Let's get off the line, still good, okay? I don't want to take any chances here. But no, he really pushed me to just, you know, keep going. I'm like, all right, fine. One more time. Okay. So, again, I'm having to drop it. All the doubts, all that, drop it. Okay. And this time I get more of a feeling, which is kind of cool. Because actually in remote viewing, sometimes it's not just seeing. It's feeling like an energy, like maybe they're really happy in the living room because they, I don't know, always sip a hot cup of chai. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm Bengali, so this chai business is weird for me. Because in Bengali we call it cha. Cha, yeah.
Cha. But anyway, so we in remote viewing actually can see the not see actually.
Feel.
Not only see,
yeah, feel.
How's a person feeling when they're in that living room, you know, as a general rule? And so I actually saw a lot of greenery in the back of his house and the plants, and I said, gosh, I just feel like just even you seeing them, you know, makes you happy. You know, there's that happiness that nature brings you. And so I described that to him, and he was like, oh my gosh, that's exactly right. It does, you know. And I was like, oh wow. I was like, I not only saw, I felt it too. I felt his happiness. I'm like, this is really cool. So yeah, that's my story.
So like a big hand to Chandrika for having this breakthrough in power manifestation.
All because of the Aushita process last night. So yeah, we got to. It was actually I'm still a little yellow from
Yeah,
it.
yeah. We're all
Dip our
yellow.
hands in it after Swamiji, did his thing to
Yeah.
it,
And then
and
put it on our foreheads and head.
and then start expressing those powers beautifully. And wow, what a breakthrough! Thank you, Swamiji.
And Oshida will be in SadaShiva. So if you're planning to come to SadaShiva, you don't want to miss it because it's going to be the program of the century.
Yes, this Avashata, it's how you're going to have breakthroughs like I just did today. And so don't just think it's just for people who've been living here a long time. No, this is for everyone. Everybody should experience this before.
And actually, the first day that you're going to be there, literally you're going to be manifesting the power of depth. Because that's what Swamiji's been doing with the recent IAs, which is Inner Awakening. He's been, initiating them into the power of depth, and they can actually...
D-E-P-T-H.
Yeah, depth.
Gotta clarify that.
Yeah. So initiating them into that power, and what they're doing is they're able to roll coconuts, they're able to materialize vibhuti or powder or even sugar crystals through their hands. And it's like so amazing. So you don't want to miss like SadaShiva in December 2017. It's gonna be crazy.
I mean, can you imagine moving matter? I mean, literally you have like a coconut either on somebody's hand or on the floor, and you're literally able to, with your consciousness, tell it to move.
Yes.
And it does.
On the very first day,
Day one, you're going to be experiencing this power.
And there's going to be more powers, more Shaktis. And what Swamiji is going to do with the Oshida is that he's going to completely heal your body so that you are a pure mirror to reflect that consciousness onto. And what happens when he does that is that you can create any reality that you want for yourself. The whole purpose of manifesting Shaktis, of this whole Oshida process, of doing yoga, doing Pacha Kriya, doing being vegetarian is for one purpose. It's to create any reality that you want and to ultimately become enlightened.
Right. So you can truly live that blissful life and celebrate life every single day.
Absolutely.
In the space of bliss and peace.
Be like Ganesha and celebrating.
He's here for our goodbyes, our farewell, so long.
Yeah. So thank you so much. With this first episode with Chai with Chandrika. If you guys, yes.
This was too much fun. I really enjoyed myself very much. There's more to come.
Yes, there will be definitely more people, more discussions.
More experiences.
Chai with Chandrika is going to just take off. Chandrika is amazing. She is such a pleasure to talk with. Seriously, I think it was an hour. Yeah, it's almost already an hour, and it just flew by like this.
It's too much fun, and actually, I have to say the same about you. We've known each other so long, and we really do get along and have so much fun together here at the Bangalore Adinam with our beloved Swamiji.
Yes, Paramahamsa Nityananda. Actually, I'm going to be looking at the questions now at Nityananda Yoga page to see if anybody has any questions before we leave for, from this episode. Hold on a sec. Okay.
Can I hold little baby? Can I
Oh yeah, of course. Yes. Okay. Let me see. 3 comments. Let's see.
It's not loading.
No. It is officially not loading. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to check it over here. Mahadev. Oh, hello, Raquel. All right. Is there any more? No. Okay. No, so there isn't. Okay. Mahadev. Okay, so there's not any questions. There's just some people saying hello and blessing us.
Thanks
with
for saying hi. We say hi to you.
Hi Raquel, how are you? So if you guys have any topics that you want us to talk about, or have Chandrika, for Chandrika to talk about, or just discuss, put that in the comments. And it's gonna be so much fun.
Absolutely, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. So this is the pilot episode of Chai with Chandrika, featuring Ganesha and Mahajaya.
Live from Bangalore.
Oh, and
Dina.
Swamiji, of course. You know,
Yes.
Swamiji is in the back over
Yes,
there, so featuring Swamiji as well.
Yes, he is the main event here. He is
Yeah.
everything. He's the reason why we're here and
Yes.
having so much fun. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So thank you so much. We're going to end with the Purna mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Satguru Paduka Panamastu Om Nityanandam. Thank you so much, everyone.
So much fun. Bye, everyone.
Nityanandam.
Nityananda.